Welcome back to Central Valley Talk, COVID edition. We're learning how to survive during COVID without going out too much, without getting sick, by being safe, covering up, limiting our contacts to other human beings, things like that. But in many areas, life must go on. So we're talking to different people who are functioning within COVID because they have to for one, and they want to for another. Our guest this segment is Caity Meader from the Family Services of Tulare County. Welcome, Caity.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today.
Now, you are a shelter for people who have experienced some domestic violence?
That's right. We were started in 1983 just by a group of concerned citizens that wanted to have a place for victims of domestic violence and their children to go. And so that's what created Karen's House. Here in Tulare County, named for our former director. Okay. And we are still operational, still seeing cases come in where folks need shelter out of domestic violence situations. In fact, we're seeing an increase in the number of calls. We're about 30% higher than we were this time last year. And so we are definitely staying busy and know that with people staying home, they're sheltering with potentially with an abuser. So definitely our work has continued even through this COVID chaos.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to ask you about. You know, a lot of people have just closed their businesses, had to stop, had to stay home. Schools are closed, everybody stays home. I was going to ask you, does domestic violence stop, and do you guys just shut down, or you need to keep going?
Absolutely, we need to keep going. So many of our sites where we have been able to close and move our services remotely, we've done that. But obviously shelter and a residential situation is a little bit different. So we have continued to operate this entire time. We've taken measures to protect our facility. We've trained our staff. We've reduced our staffing to the minimum that we really need to operate effectively and safely. So we've stayed busy, even though many of our office facilities are closed. The shelter has remained open and active in helping people and safety.
Yeah. Now, you say maybe your cases are up. There's a lot of pressure, people having to shelter in place, and you got the husband, maybe the husband's off work, the wife's off work, and the kids are in there too because they're out of school. So we've got a whole new family pressure dynamic that is exploding sometimes.
Absolutely. And when we know there's families where there's already difficulty in conflict resolution and in these types of behaviors, this is like the perfect pressure cooker for those environments where you now have all this additional stress of things like unemployment, we know increases, can often increase the severity of domestic violence. Kids being home from school, that's a whole different pressure, financial pressures, and just even the proximity of being home together creates a situation where we have more incidents of domestic violence. We're seeing our hotline calls have gone up about 30%.
Yeah. Now, so you're a place where kind of a relief valve. So if there's domestic violence, you could get out of the situation. Now, we always think of a women's shelter, but this is for anyone.
Correct. We made some changes to our facilities a few years ago, and we are available to both men and women who've experienced domestic violence, and they may or may not have children with them at the shelter. So we're open and available really to anyone who needs our services, and that is really what prompted us to think about the new project that we're doing, which is called the PET Project, and it's a partnership with our Valley Oak SPCA here locally in Tulare County. And we're going to create a safe space facility for the furry friends, for the pet family members of our survivors to be able to stay there while their human is in our shelter facility getting support for domestic.
Yeah, and I had never thought of that, but usually there's one big caregiver in the family, either the mother or the father, and they take care of the kids, they take care of the house, they take care of the pet. I always brought home pets, and my wife ended up being the one who took care of them. All of a sudden, that caregiver is out and displaced, and you're creating a safe place for them to bring that pet along to. Sometimes people have stayed in a bad situation because of the pet.
We know that studies show up to 85% of survivors report that their abuser has threatened or harmed or killed their animal, either as a punishment to them or as a matter of exerting power and control over that survivor, which is core to domestic violence. So it's a situation where there's domestic violence, there's much increased likelihood of be child abuse as well as animal abuse.
Yeah. So now you guys are actually raising the money to build this extra space at the animal shelter. Is that right?
We are. We're partnering with the Valley Oak SPCA, and our goal is at our October event, which is called Purple Party. This year, we're doing it different. We're going virtual. So, but the funds that we raise from the Purple Party on October 2nd will help us to build the kennels, the facility, as well as have a fund where we can help offset the cost to the facility for boarding these animals, providing them basic veterinary care, food, and things like that.
Yeah. Now, so the Purple Party, October 2nd, right?
October 2nd, it's a Friday. Typically, this is a real party, right? We're at we've been at the Rawhide Hall of Fame Club here in Visalia the last 5 years, and it's a great evening. Can't do it the same because of COVID, so we're doing $40. People can get a ticket. They can drive through and pick up their tri-tip dinner that'll be catered for them, as well as like a swag bag. We always have lots of fun swag of domestic violence awareness. And then folks will tune into a live stream where we'll do some fun stuff. We have a silent auction and all that good stuff. So our goal is to raise $20,000 this year, and we're excited about the response that we've gotten. This has been, I feel like people need something to be excited about right now. They need some social engagements on their calendar again, and we're hoping that we can do this in a way that's safe, that really is doubling our impact, that will support the agency and the survivors we serve, as well as SPCA and the furry clients that they serve.
Yeah. So the Purple Party, Friday, October 2nd, and you can go pick up your food. You buy the ticket for $40, pick up your food, and you said there's a live component. Then you go on your computer, internet, or your phone and
Right.
watch some things live. What will be going on?
We're going to be, sharing some information about this Pet Haven project. We'll be talking with the FCCA. We'll be doing some prizes, and we'll be encouraging people to bid on our silent auction. So we're hopeful. We're hoping for some energy. We're going to do our best to recreate the party atmosphere on a Zoom. But more than anything, we just want folks to tune in and have some togetherness while we accomplish this goal. And I think people are excited because it's something that's doable. We all kind of feel like we need something to achieve something right now. A lot of our problems in the world seem really, really big and insurmountable. And this is one way we can really help survivors.
Now, will there be hours that this is going on? It starts and ends at a certain time?
Yes, we will do the food pickup. I believe that is from 5 to 6:30, and folks will, like I said, drive through. They'll get their swag bag and some other treats, and then the live stream will start at 7.
7 o'clock. Okay, good. Now, by the way, if you love pets, if you love animals, it's an easy one. If you're thinking, I don't care that much about animals, this really helps the people, because, like you said, some people are held hostage by their situation where the pet is held or maybe even injured. So this gives people a little relief if they're trying to get out of a bad situation, and they say, well, what's going to happen to our puppy? They can go with certainty. So you're helping people and you're helping animals if you get involved in this.
We really were excited to bring this, the first of its kind that we're aware of in the Central Valley. There are other pet havens like this in the country, but we're going to be hopefully on the front lines here and offering this as an opportunity for our survivors to have their animals cared for while they are taking care of their stuff and what they do to move forward.
Now, a lot of people are afraid for their animals to end up at the pound because there's an overpopulation of pets, and sometimes they, what the pound does with, excess pets. But this will give a safe place for the pets to go. They won't go, the way of just stray dogs and stuff. They'll have a safe place at the animal shelter.
Absolutely. So this is definitely a little bit different for the SPCA. We're really lucky. Our local Valley Oak SPCA became a no-pill facility a few years ago. And so they already are doing that work. But these animals will be sheltered confidentially in a safe space. They won't be advertised. They won't be available for adoption. They're going to be boarded there and provided basic care while their person is in the care and foster shelter. And then hope the goal is to reunite that family when the survivor is ready to take their next step into their next living situation.
Yeah, and you're going to actually build the shelters there at the SPCA, so you need the money to build them. Now, Family Services of Tulare County, there's a website, fstc.net. Could they get all the information there on this fundraiser?
Yes, they can grab all that information on our website. It is FSTC, like Family Services Tulare County.net. And we also are on all of social media, so you can find us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all those great places with more information about the event on it.
Yeah, very good. So now we always, nonprofits are always raising money, and they try to make it kind of fun. You don't have to go through the fun part. You can just give money to this. Go to the fstc.net and donate. But it'd be fun to get involved in the Purple Party, which goes on every year, right?
It does, and we're really hopeful that we're going to be back to partying in person next year. So hopefully this is a one-time experiment of a virtual event, but we're really excited about it. I think we're going to make it fun, and hopefully it gives people some pride in what their local Tulare County nonprofits are doing. You know, we're businesses too, and so we're facing a lot of the same struggles that our other small businesses in our communities are, and we were just really excited that this was the right year to do this, where we can really double the impact for two different agencies and figure out where the crossover is so we can support animals and their.
Yeah, and if you're watching, probably this year more than any other year, support for Family Services of Tulare County is needed for Karen's house and the animal shelter. There's so much stress and pressure out there, and things are happening. So this isn't the year to say, let's let it slide. They actually need more help this year. So go to fstc.net. Any other thoughts while you're here, Caity?
You know, I would be remiss if I didn't put it out there and just encourage folks, if there is someone at home that is struggling in a relationship, or you know someone who is, please reach out to us. Even if it's not you, we can help coach you through how to approach a family member or friend. We can give you information anonymously. We do that through our line, which is 559-732-5941. And then something we added since COVID, because we were talking about how COVID has impacted our day-to-day business, we know that it's not necessarily safe for a survivor to make that hotline call if they're at home with their partner. So we recently established a chat hotline, which is accessible through our website, the website that we gave out earlier. And folks can just click that button that says chat with an advocate, and a trained advocate will be available to them Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And we can do all of our shelter screening and information and safety planning right there on online with someone instead of a phone call. So want to put that out there as well.
Yeah, so start at the website if you can. Now, we're out of time, but thank you for coming. But I just want to say one more time, Friday, October 2nd, in the evening is the Purple Party for this year. Get your tickets online. I think they're $40, and at fstc.net. Very important cause, very good cause, and if we have time, we'll have you back one more time before the event, Caity. It's very important.
Oh, awesome. That sounds great. Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.